Hi there, this is Dr. Evan Osar with the Institute for Integrative Health and Fitness Education. Welcome to this edition of Integrative Movement Insider. Thank you so much for joining us on this edition. Thank you for being part of our community, and thank you for all you do for your clients. I have a question for you if you work with the active aging population, the baby boomers and seniors, individuals that struggle with chronic tightness, discomfort, and or inability to perform at the levels they need to and or want to. Should you do more pulling exercises than pushing exercises if your clients have chronic shoulder issues? Because there's a common myth in our industry that our clients that have the forward shoulder have tight and short pecs, which is possible. We discussed that yesterday on Two Anatomy Geeks. So if you missed that, check that out because I talked specifically about the pectoralis major and why it's actually not tight on a lot of your clients and how to assess for that. And if it is tight, how to stretch it. So you can check that out on our Facebook Live page at Evan Osar, as well as fitness education seminars. So we've been taught, I should say, that when we see the forward shoulder, that we should teach our clients to do twice as many pulling exercises and retraction exercises than pushing exercises. Because again, the thought process being clients have overactive and tight and short pecs, which is, again, possible, and they have weak and over-lengthened external rotators and retractors and depressors, which again, is also possible. However, have you watched your clients do pressing exercises? What generally happens when they go to press, to open a door, to grab something out here in front of them, or to do an exercise in the gym? Generally what happens is they go up and over their rib cage to get their arms out here and forward. So again, we assume that they need more retraction. But I want you to do this with me. Retract your shoulder blades, bring your chest up, and now reach forward. How well does that work? So think about your clients now that have this position here, and now you're teaching them to do this. How well are they going to be able to get their shoulders forward and actually protract that scapula appropriately and allow it to wrap around the rib cage as it should? It's very challenging. And for a lot of our clients, we see an exacerbation of their shoulder issues when they've overtrained over retraction. And I was just on a call with our integrative movement specialists, the team that is in training right now. They're going through the 6-month online education component to their training, and one of the individuals talked about how she's helped a client who was recommended to have surgery and has been through physical therapy, twice through physical therapy for shoulder issues, teaching her the exact strategy that I'm going to share with you right now. Because a lot of our clients that have the forward shoulder, it's not because their pecs are short and tight, even though, like I said, it's possible, but you need to assess for that. It's really that the client doesn't have great internal rotation, and that's why internal rotation is such an important range of motion to assess for and compare that to their external rotation. Because if you look at me here, here's 0, here's external rotation, and here's internal rotation. Very little. I have bilateral rotator cuff tears, bilateral labral tears because of people teaching me the wrong things and me learning the wrong things. So I'll take it upon myself, but learning the wrong things and doing way too much retraction and depressing my scapula too much, and way too much external rotation work and way too much stretching of my chest muscles. So one of the things we do with our clients is we teach them how to get more open and wide across their collarbones or across their clavicles, because this is where we need our clients. This is where we need our clients when they're pushing, pulling, teaching them how to move their scapula around the rib cage, not jacking their scapula back into retraction. So from behind, same idea. We need them moving the scapula forward to reach out and or overhead, and we need them retracting to bring their shoulders back, but not over retracting by squeezing down and back. Like I said, that will disrupt optimal mechanics of the shoulder. Now, how does that relate to pushing patterns? Once we've done our corrective exercises, so we've done our release work and our activation work to teach our clients how to get into this position here. We'll use the modified wall plank, we'll use the quadruped position, we'll use a pullover type position, so you can look on our website, we have tons of exercises on shoulder stability. Then we need to teach our clients how to do a press appropriately, and that always begins with a setup. And a lot of people watch our Instagram page and say, what are you doing with your head and neck, and why do you always do this thing with your rib cage? It's because we want to set our clients up for success. And I just did a post today about posture and why your posture and your alignment is so important to the success of your clients' programs. So I'm going to show you and give you an example of what that looks like now. So we always start with a nice long spine as if the client's being pulled up from the backside of their head, neck, and rib cage. Rib cage is stacked in a line above the pelvis, and from here, grab the cable, pull it into their chest, and then flip around, and then set themselves up for their pressing exercise. So for here, I'm going to teach the client to push and wrap the scapula around their rib cage, and then to control the eccentric phase. So it's push, protract, eccentrically control the retraction. Push, control the eccentric. So that way, you're teaching the client how to use their scapular protractors and control the position of their scapula. From the other side, same idea. Long spine, align and stack that rib cage over top of the pelvis, grab the cable, pull it into the chest first, then rotate, then set your client up, then it's push, scapula protracts around the rib cage, and then control the eccentric phase so that the client doesn't just collapse the shoulder blade back and or allow the shoulder to drop down into the anterior tilt and downwardly rotated position. So again, it's here, push, control the eccentric, push, control the eccentric. And for the majority of your clients, you have to start out with a very light resistance and really teach them how to own this motion, and move from here, wrapping the scapula around the rib cage, and then controlling the eccentric. So it's not here and it's not here. It's not this motion, it's here, push, protract, and then retract, but not retract back to where the scapula come back and collapse together. And that's how you train your clients to control their scapula during pushing and reaching type and overhead type of movements. And that's how you will help so many individuals that have chronic shoulder issues and need a strategy and a specialist just like you. If you're looking for more information, I'm going to be on a webinar on Tuesday, next Tuesday, February 25th, 11:30 Pacific time, 1:30 Central time, with my colleague, Robert Linkle. So I'll put the link next to this video or above or below, depending on where you're watching it. Join us, it's an hour, and we'll probably go longer because we always include too much information. I should say, we get geeked out and we start adding more information in, so that way it really serves you, those individuals just like you that work with the older population and clients that have chronic tightness and or just discomfort and or postural issues. So that's next Tuesday. It's only $15. We're going to give you a ton of information about the forward shoulder, how to address it with the right assessments, and use your assessments to drive your corrective exercises. So I'll share with you our two go-to corrective exercises, and then how to use this information to progress into the fundamental movement patterns. Robert is going to bring his best information as well, so we hope to see you on that webinar. And then we'll also have the Integrative Corrective Exercise Instructor Certification Program. We've got next week in Reston, Virginia, and then again in about 4 weeks in Boston, Mass. Hope to see you at one of those trainings. Would love to see you at one of those trainings, so that way we can help educate you, empower you, and help you excel in the industry and reach those clients that need, want, and will pay you for your expertise. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for being part of our community. Thanks for all you do for your clients. Make it a great day. We'll see you next time on Integrative Movement Insider. Take care.